Beneath the shimmering surface of Egypt's Mediterranean coast lies a secret long, swallowed by time and tide. Imagine sunlight filtering through green-blue waters, casting dancing shadows over ruins that have slept for centuries. This is the resting place of Thonis-Heracleion, a city once vibrant and proud, now silent beneath the waves. Long ago, when the Nile spread its life-giving waters across the delta, Thonis-Heracleion stood as Egypt's bustling gateway to the world. It was a city alive with the sounds of merchants, sailors, and priests. Ships from Greece, Phoenicia, and far-off lands filled its harbors, their sails billowing in the warm breeze, carrying treasures, spices, and stories. The city's streets echoed with many languages, and its temples, carved from gleaming white stone, honored gods both Egyptian and foreign. To the Egyptians, this city was Thonisa, place of commerce and sacred ritual. Priests watched the tides, reading the signs of the gods, while merchants counted their coins and bargained for goods. To the Greeks, it was Heracleion, named after the legendary hero Heracles, who is said to have once walked its sacred soil. Here, myth and history intertwined. The grand temple of Amun-Gereb stood at the city's heart, drawing crowds from across the Mediterranean to its festivals and ceremonies. Statues of gods and kings lined the harbor, their eyes forever fixed on the horizon, as if guarding the city from the fate that awaited. If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that bring history's greatest mysteries to life. Thonis-Heracleion was more than a port. It was a crossroads where cultures met and mingled. Egyptian tradition blended with Greek ambition. Old gods welcomed new faces, and the Nile's gifts flowed outward to the world. For centuries, the city thrived, growing richer and more powerful with every ship that sailed its waters. But beneath this splendor, danger quietly gathered. The city rested on soft, silty ground at the edge of the delta's fragile foundation. The Nile, source of life, could also bring destruction. Earthquakes shook the land, and the sea crept closer with each passing year. Walls cracked, streets buckled, and the people watched in growing fear as the earth beneath them shifted. Then, in the 2nd century BC, disaster struck. A series of violent earthquakes and floods tore through the city. The earth opened wide, and the sea surged in. Buildings collapsed, temples crumbled, and in a matter of days, the proud port of Thonis-Heracleion vanished beneath the waves. Centuries of history were swallowed by the sea, leaving behind only whispers and legends. For over 1,000 years, the city's memory faded into myth. Ancient writers spoke of a great port, lost to the sea. But as time passed, Thonis-Heracleion became a story told by fishermen and scholars, a tale without a home. It wasn't until the early 2000s that the city began to rise again, not from the earth, but from the depths. French underwater archaeologist Franck Goddio and his team, guided by ancient texts and faint clues on the seafloor, began their search in Aboukir Bay. What they uncovered was beyond imagination. Piece by piece, the city revealed itself. Massive statues, toppled but remarkably preserved, emerged from the silt kings and gods with serene faces, frozen in time. Stone tablets inscribed with hieroglyphics and Greek letters told stories of rituals and rulers. Gold coins, jewelry, everyday objects like cups and anchors, and even the remains of ships spoke of a city alive with trade, faith, and life. As divers mapped the ruins, the true scale of Thonis-Heracleion became clear. The city stretched for miles beneath the waves, its canals, streets, temples, and homes perfectly preserved in their watery grave. These discoveries rewrote history, proving that the legends were real. Thonis-Heracleion had existed, and its story was one of glory, culture, and tragic loss. Today, The sunken city remains a place of wonder. Its treasures are displayed in museums, its story told in books and films. Yet beneath the waters of Aboukir Bay, much of Thonis-Heracleion still sleeps, waiting patiently for the next chapter to be uncovered. The tale of Thonis-Heracleion reminds us that even the greatest cities can disappear, but their stories endure waiting for those brave enough to seek them out. So, as you picture the silent streets beneath the sea, remember, history is never truly lost. It waits, patient and silent, for the day it will be found again. If you enjoyed this journey into the lost world of Thonis-Heracleion, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Join us next time as we dive deeper into history's hidden treasures and forgotten tales.